E3 reveals are always the biggest and the best, so let's talk about what we can expect in this crazy year. Block content. What's happening, my Block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content's Leak Speak. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your content for today. Yes, we are approaching that time of year. It's almost June, and you guys know what that usually means. It means that we're getting a lot of news in the gaming sphere. We already know that, of course, Microsoft is working on a brand new console that we get a lot more information about. We've already had that initial media briefing, and we're also getting a lot more PlayStation 5 news over there, and possibly even title reveals and drops like that. However, there's one field of that universe that isn't really set in stone just as much, and that's of course Nintendo's presence at some sort of an E3 event. Now, of course, E3 has very famously already gone out and said, well, we can't really, due to everything going on in the world right now, do exactly what we used to do. We can't do these huge media briefing rooms with a lot of people packed together and have a big stage show. That's just not possible anymore. However, what we are going to be trying to do is actually just doing live broadcasts of things and maybe get all these developers together and have some sort of showcase over there. So maybe it'll be multiple days, maybe it'll be one stream, maybe it'll just be a little thing, but definitely something could be happening over there because they really need to recoup on a year that's essentially lost, right? That big event that you do once a year and now you can't do it anymore. You really have to think outside the box right now and make the right call. Well, we get to talk about all the news like that and also which Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Newcomer could potentially be coming to the game with that big E3 reveal. We kind of put all those reveals together over the past couple of years, kind of the big things that were, revealed to the public around E3 time and because of E3, and we get to break down what would be the most likely candidate for this year. Yes, everything is changing, but we have to think ahead in the most positive of terms, right? And I've been answering many of you guys' questions about Smash Ultimate and new fighters in our show Question Blocked, where I answer your questions. What do I think of your favorite game? How do you start making YouTube videos? Well, whatever you can think of, send your question through to blockedcontentmail@gmail.com and I will answer your question live on the show in our next Question Blocked episode. And here's a brand new giveaway. You can win one of 4 Super Mario surprise capsules from Tomy. Any Mario item, a different Yoshi character could be inside. I leave them closed so you can find out who's inside when you win. I'm giving away 4 of these, so remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel right now, and comment down below to enter for those giveaways. Alright guys, let's head into the main topic of today, and I first wanted to talk about the character that I think has the biggest chance of appearing around this E3 time, and that is Crash. I think Crash, it's such a crazy out there pick for a lot of people because of course it is a third-party character. We just got Byleth, after that we got a character from ARMS that we don't know at this point. So what are the chances that they're going to revert back to something like third-party characters again, right? Maybe the theme of this pass will just be first-party characters, and everything, due to everything going on in the world right now, would also make it a lot easier to do everything in-house and not have these big meetings and conversations with these third-party developers, and sometimes even stuff that has never appeared on Nintendo consoles. Well, in this case, it's a little bit different. With this specific character, with Crash, well, his recent games have all done incredibly well on Nintendo Switch, and after a very, very long time just being PlayStation exclusives, have now appeared multi-platform, which is insanely cool, seeing that it was essentially the mascot of PlayStation with Sony over there and made fun of the plumber, and stuff like that. So it's really cool to see not only Sonic the Hedgehog joining the franchise and that actually being mended, but now it could potentially happen again, even in a bigger way, because of course Sega was a console manufacturer, but at the time that Sonic joined in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, that was not the case anymore, and they of course now have the partnerships with the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, so all of that stuff could still come to fruition, and it actually felt a lot more secure than something like Crash Bandicoot. But now, with those games having appeared on the Nintendo Switch system, everything is a go for this character. Now, the moveset potential here is all across the board. I mean, you can just really see maybe Aku Aku just flies with him in the entire match, maybe he equips it for a final smash. You can of course have the general spin moves, spin a little bit harder in the air, and you can actually gain some more air time. Maybe the up B will be the belly flop, and you of course also have the slide moves and different weapons that Crash could also use in those different games, right? Maybe the motorcycle and other moves that were specific to some traveling stages. So that I really see happening. I think that that is the biggest shot here, not only because of the reveals that have happened so far with, Banjo, and the reveal with Terry I think was very well handled too, and Hero earlier in that same stream as the one that revealed Banjo. But I think if you think back of that reveal of Mega Man and the Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS trailer, I think it makes so much sense to do something like that. So it won't be the biggest reveal in the world with like 2 or 3 different characters, but it would be one, and they would do it incredibly well. I think that that is the thing that I'm banking on. But there's also a character connected to this character that a lot of you guys really want me to talk about, and that is Spyro the Dragon. Yes, Spyro toasts the competition, right? This character has always been kind of synonymous with Crash, kind of appearing in each other's games, sometimes doing these crossovers, and of course the kart games, which is really fun. And well, right now we think that Crash has a bigger shot because he's just the more influential character throughout gaming history. But I could definitely see Spyro happening as well. I mean, the Skylanders franchise was a big deal, and the character now coming back for those remakes has been very well received. So maybe those 2 characters could be coming to the game, but I think that might be a little bit much. I think the character is iconic. Yes, we already have a lot of dragon type characters in the game, but none of them are this small, and none of them, they have that specific moveset that this character has. So, flying and breathing fire at the same time could be really cool. Those different glide moves and stuff like that from the games, and just a lot of Easter eggs to the Spyro games I think would be a lot of fun. So from both Crash and Spyro, I could definitely see them choosing Crash over this character, but a lot of you guys are really passionate about Spyro and really want it to be in the game. So I really think that there's precedent for it, not only because it was also a big icon in PlayStation times, but because of the recent remakes and how well those stuff, has been received. So I could see it happening, but for me, my money's on Crash. Now, one more I think would have the same kind of feeling and the same kind of impact of those characters, and I think is maybe even a little bit more likely than Crash himself, and that is Ryu Hayabusa. I think this character is so influential in the gaming scene because, we don't really think about it, but this character premiered on the NES with Ninja Gaiden, and that was of course a very challenging game, but yes, the character has its roots deeply within Nintendo, and the moveset could be pulled from both that game and of course the outfit from that game, and then the later Ninja Gaiden games, and I think that within those movesets could be something very special. We don't really have a fighter in that game that uses a katana sword like that has movement as fluid as Ryu Hayabusa, and the, hard-hitting punches and kicks from the Dead or Alive universe as well. So you can kind of combine that all into one character that has projectiles, that can even use magic, fire magic. The Ninpo magic would be incredible to unleash upon your opponents after just having to do this, stealth or katana style moveset. I think there's a lot of possibilities, a lot of different ways you can go with this character, and I can already see it feeling a little bit like Gray Fox, right? Like Cyborg Ninja, the assist trophy in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. He kind of moves in a way and flips in a way and stuff like that, where I really feel like this could just have well been Ryu Hayabusa, but I don't want him as an assist trophy. I want him as a playable fighter in the game. So those are my choices for 3 characters that I definitely think have a huge shot at appearing at some sort of E3 trailer, but maybe all we're getting is the reveal of who the ARMS character is. Now we know that next month it's going to be very close, we're just about there, and we're probably just gonna get the ARMS character. That's right now what has been promised, right? The ARMS character is essentially gonna be revealed and playable in that month. So I'm not holding my breath or fire breath for anything on that matter, but it's really interesting to think about what E3 has meant for Super Smash Bros. In the past. The biggest reveals have happened around that time. I mean, think about all the stuff with Ridley. Think about all the stuff with Mega Man. Think about all the stuff with Banjo and then Hero. Something has to happen, and something huge might be on the horizon, and I'm very excited about that. I'm really curious if you guys have any characters that you're thinking will appear right here. There's stuff like Geno, and there's other characters that we can talk about too. These seem to me a little bit the most likely because they are just big icons. They're simple gets in some aspects, with the partnerships that they already have. So I could definitely see it happen. So yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys think of this. If you comment down below, that could actually be featured and read out loud in our next video. And today's comment question is, What is your E3 character for Ultimate? Well, let me know in the comments down below, and as for a previous comment question winner, our answer comes to us from our user Terry Silverton, saying, with the second Sonic movie, I hope Ben Schwartz returns because he did an awesome job, and I hope they keep Colin Villard, formerly Oceanosity, as Tails. In regards to Breath of the Wild 2 League, some of it could be plausible, but whether it's true or not, we'll have to wait and see. And in regards to Super Nintendo World, it's looking awesome, and I'm sure it will be great when they open. Well, Terry, thank you so much for your comment. If they decide to include Tails, and of course no spoilers for anything in the first Sonic movie, I think they're gonna choose an established actress and not do something from the games. Not even, referring to anything that happens in the Sonic movie. They can change stuff, and I think they will if they have to marketing push for these different characters. And I'll just throw my hat in right now and say, I think that it's a very likely possibility that Knuckles will be voiced by The Rock. Like, I can totally see that happening, something like that. A lot of people have called that too, very interestingly. And of course, yes, Super Nintendo World, cannot wait. I'll do the first speed run right there. I'm so excited for that. And of course, thank you so much for sending in all your comments. These are so much fun to always read through. And of course, a big shout out to our latest Patreon supporters and the super chats during our live streams. You guys make block content possible. So if you want to have yourself created in pixel art, or join me for a discussion, or even have your own ideas become animations, go to patreon.com/blockedcontent. There's a bunch of incredible rewards there, and they're waiting just for you. And remember, if you're not yet a member of the Blocked Content family yet, hit subscribe now, smash that like button, and ring the bell for notifications, and all the news and fun you care about will be delivered on the daily to you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you around the corner, where there's always more Blocked Content. See ya!